everyone, welcome to my channel. So CBSE has released Mathematics Question Bank for class 10 students, and today we will discuss the real numbers part. So let's get started. So first question, to enhance the reading skills of grade 10 students, the school nominates you and two of your friends to set up a class library. So there are two sections, section A and section B of grade 10. There are 32 students in section A and 36 students in section B. So now first you need to understand the question. Read it 2-3 times so that you can get a better understanding of the question. Now let's see what the question tells. The question tells that you have to set up a library for your school. You have two friends with you and you have to set up a library. Now the important part is given in this line, that there are two sections A and B of grade 10 and there are 32 students in section A and 36 students in section B. Now let's see the questions and then we'll again discuss. What is the minimum number of books you will require for the class library so that they can be distributed equally among students of section A or section B? Now you need to understand over here. So first it is telling what is the minimum number of books. So what is the meaning over here is that now at the same time both the sections will not go to the library. Either section A will go or section B will go. So you have to find minimum number of books in such a way that no matter which section goes, the books can be equally distributed among the students. Now, it is surely a question either of LCM or of HCF. Now, how will you find out whether you have to find LCM or you have to find HCF? Now, don't stick to this word minimum. This minimum word can at times be misleading. Minimum does not mean that it will always be LCM only. So try to find out like this. Now it is telling that books have to be distributed equally among students. Means you need to find out one student will get how many books. So in this case you are finding a multiple. You have been given two factors which are 32 and 36 if I am not wrong. Yes, 32 and 36, and you have to find the multiples of them such a multiple which is minimum also, as well as it can come in the table of both 32 and 36. Then only you will be able to find out now that how many books will be given to per student. If it were HCF, then in that case it would have been like how many students will be there per book, and this is not practically possible. How can you have more than one student per book? It's not possible. So in this case it is surely a case of LCM. So you need to find out which is dividing what. The numbers given over here are going to divide the number which you have to find out. So it is a multiple. But if you had to find the factors, the common factors, then it would have been HCF. I hope it is clear. So if you find the LCM, it is going to be 288. Okay. Now the second question, if the product of two positive integers is equal to the product of their HCF and LCM is true, then the HCF. So the question itself is telling that the product of two positive integers is equal to the product of HCF into LCM, and we already know this. We have studied this. So either you can directly find the HCF of 32 and 36, or you can also use the formula product of two numbers by LCM. LCM you already came to know from the first question and you can simply use it. Okay, let's move on, and when you solve you'll get the answer as 4. You can directly see that 4 is only the HCF. Okay. 36 can be expressed as the product of its primes as. So this is also very easy. You just need to prime factorize it. You know how to do prime factorization. I assume that you all know how to do prime factorization. You are learning it from class 5. So you just need to simply factorize it. 36. So 36 is 4 into 9, and 4 can be expressed as 2 square into, and 9 can be expressed as 3 square. So it's simply 2 square into 3 square. 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 2. This is what you'll get as answer. Question, whether the given number which is 7 into 11 into 13 into 15 plus 15 is a prime number, composite number, neither prime nor composite, or none of the above. So first let us solve. So if you solve this, you will get the answer as 15030. So you can clearly see the number is ending with the digit 0, so it is having 5 as a factor, and it is other than the number itself and 1, so definitely it is a composite number. So answer is B. Now fifth one, if P and Q are positive integers such that P is equal to AB square and Q is equal to A square B, where A, B are prime numbers, then the LCM of P, Q is. So now for LCM, what you need to do is, you have to take all the numbers with their highest power, all the prime factors with their highest power. This is how you get the LCM in any case. So let's see over here, whatever distinct prime factors we have, A and B, and what is the highest power of B, which is 2, and highest power of A is 2, so its LCM will be A square B square. Okay. A seminar is being conducted by an educational organization where the participants will be educators of different subjects. The number of participants in Hindi, English and mathematics are 60, 84 and 108 respectively. So it's a simple question that there is a seminar which is being conducted by an educational organization where and we have different participants for different subjects. Like for Hindi we have 60, for English we have 84 and for mathematics we have 108. Now let's see the question. In each room the same number of participants are to be seated and all them being in the same subject, hence maximum number participants that can be accommodated in each room are. So now let's try to understand whether we have to find HCF or LCM. So now we have got the number of participants, and now you need to find out how many participants can sit in a room such that in each room equal number of participants are there. Try to understand. In each room equal number of participants are there. Also, all of them belong to the same subject. Means you have to find such a number which is going to be a common factor of all the three numbers given in the question. All the three. Hindi, English and which else was there? Mathematics. All the three subjects. So are you seeing? In this case, you will not find. Now you have been given 60, 84 and 108. Now in this case, you don't have to find a multiple. You don't have to find which number is there which is going to be a common multiple of these. Instead, you need to find how many participants, means out of these numbers only, means you have to break 60 in such a way that equal number of participants can sit in different rooms. Similarly, you have to break 84 in such a way that equal number of participants are sitting in each room. So you are finding factors, that too a common factor, and that should be maximum. Means you can have many common factors, but you need to find such a factor that is the highest, means that number is highest. Beyond that, you don't have any such number such that you can make the same number of participants sit in a particular room, and that too all of them being of the same subject. I hope you all are getting the idea of how to find whether you have to take the HCF or the LCM. You just need to find out whether you have to find a factor in this case or a multiple. Definitely in this case you have to find one room will have how many participants. You cannot find one participant will have how many rooms. So if you were to find LCM, it would have that sense that you are finding one participant will have how many rooms, which is practically not possible. So think that way, you will definitely get your answer. In this question, simply you need to find out the HCF, and when you will find the HCF, you will get your answer as 12. Move on to the next question. What is the minimum number of rooms required during the event? Now in this case, this word minimum, many of you might think that you need to simply find the LCM of the numbers which is given in the question, which are given in the question. But as I told you, this minimum word does not exactly say whether you have to find HCF or LCM. You need to use your brain. Now see, you have made the number of students sit in such a way that each room is having the maximum number of students. So if you have made maximum number of students sit in one room, means whatever is the maximum capacity, then definitely you will have minimum number of rooms Are you getting my point? You have made maximum capacity fulfilled, means according to the conditions given to you, that same subject plus equal number of students, according to that, whatever maximum capacity could be accommodated in a room, you have fulfilled. So definitely you are going to use the minimum number of rooms only. So simply what you have to do is that 60 by 12 will give you how many rooms you require for, let's see the question once more. So 60, what is the HCF? It is 12, means you are making 12 students sit in every room. Suppose 60 students are there for Hindi, then 12 students are sitting in one room. So if you'll divide 60 by 12, means you require 5 rooms for Hindi. Similarly, 84 by 12 means 7 rooms for English, and 108 by 12 means 9 rooms for mathematics. So 5 plus 7 plus 9, okay, which is equal to 21. So total of 21 rooms is required. I hope you got this. Now the LCM of 60, 84 and 108. Simply you need to find the LCM, and this is not a big deal. You can easily find the LCM. And your answer will be 3780. Now the product of HCF and LCM of 60, 84 and 108. Now a common mistake which the students can make over here is that you have to find the product of HCF and LCM, and what you learned, that product of HCF into LCM is equal to product of the given numbers. But this is only true when you have two numbers. It's not true when you have more than two numbers. So don't make the silly mistake of multiplying all the three numbers to get the product. It's better if you just go by the direct method, that is, you take out the HCF first and the LCM and then multiply them together. So you already know the HCF and LCM. We just found out in our previous question. So you just need to multiply them. Okay. Your answer as 45360 means option D. Okay, now 108 can be expressed as a product of its primes as. So in this also you just need to do the prime factorization, and you know 108 is 12 into 9. So 12 can be expressed as 2 to the power 2, which is 4, into 3, and over here 9 means 3 square. So 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 3. So option B. Okay. A mathematics exhibition is being conducted in your school, and one of your friends is making a model of a factor tree. He has some difficulty and asks for your help in completing a quiz for the audience. Observe the following factor tree and answer the following. So it's very simple. You're just doing a prime factorization. So you need to find the unknown variables over here in each question. So the first question is, what will be the value of x? Simply, so after dividing x by 5, you got 2783. So if you need to find the number, you will have to multiply 5 into 2783. So when you multiply, what you will get? So your answer will be 13915. What will be the value of y? So in this case, after dividing 2783 by a number y, you got 253. So when you will divide 2783 by 253, you will get the number y again. So just divide it and then you will get the answer as 11. Let's move on to the next question. What will be the value of z? So just simply divide 253 by 11 and your answer will be 23. According to the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, 13915 is odd. So you can clearly see that you have 5 as its end digit. So clearly it is divisible by a number which is other than 1 and the number itself. So it's definitely a composite number. The prime factorization of 13915. So when you will, so if you prime factorize it and just group the, so if you prime factorize it and just group the similar factors, so you will get your answer as 5 into 11 square into 23. Yes, this was all for today. Thank you. Goodbye. Take